The management of BLS International Services, Shikhar Aggarwal, the joint MD, joining in on the show right now. Shikhar, hi, afternoon. Good to have you on ET now. What explains this sharp hit on EBITDA?
What do you mean? The EBITDA actually has gone up. If you see, our EBITDA this quarter is the highest ever. It's at 86.7 crores. And we've done a profit after tax of 82 crores. And if you see the EBITDA margins, EBITDA has grown 52% compared to similar quarter last year, and PAT has grown 60% compared to similar quarter last year, which is the highest ever growth in EBITDA and margins of the company.
As per our consolidated year-on-year numbers, it seems like it was a downtick of 44.5%. So I stand corrected there.
Yes, no. This is just to correct you. Maybe you are taking the half year. Half year, we have done 152 crores of PAT. Our EBITDA is 166 crores, which was 88 crores last year. In the H1 last year. So we have grown more than 100% on that front also. So there is a growth of. I think the numbers are maybe a little bit wrong from your side.
But let's take a look at what you are suggesting in terms of the margin profile then. Shikhar, what's the number of margin this time versus last year? And overall, how the trajectory is expected to move?
Correct. So this quarter, as we've done an EBITDA of 86.7 crores, margins that we were doing last year at the same quarter, we did 56 crores. The margins were around 15 to 16%. Already, we have surpassed the EBITDA margins of 20% this year. The margins are upwards of 20%. And I think this is the highest ever margin percentage also that we've achieved within the company. And we expect to maintain similar levels of 20% of margins. And whatever revenues that we've achieved in the first two quarters, first half year, we are expecting to maintain that momentum going forward.
Let's talk about volumes now, because that's something that people thought will be impacted by the geopolitical tensions that we are seeing, whether it's with Canada, whether it's with respect to the war, etc. Could you talk to us about how the volumes have panned out in the quarter gone by, and how is it looking for the December quarter now?
Correct. So see, as our business is global, we operate in 64 countries. We work with more than 40 client governments. We recently won also a contract with the Slovakia government, Germany, Italy, Portugal. So definitely there are different global events happening in different parts of the world, different points of time. But on a consolidated level or a revenue level, it does not impact our financials or numbers. As you know, we are working for the Indian Embassy in Canada. There was a brief halt in the visa now, which has resumed. But we have in fact seen a growth in different categories of applications like OCI and different consular services. So there has been no hit, regarding different wars happening in different parts of the world. There's a minimalistic impact for the time being, but we are seeing a growth, in different all the aspects of the company.
Okay, Shikhar, also wanted to get a sense from you. Recently, we have kind of got reports from whether it's Sri Lanka or Thailand that they are, doing away with the visa, requirements and all of that. Is that an emerging trend, and is that something that could impact the volumes?
No, I don't think it impacts the volume for us. All the Schengen governments that we work for currently, numbers have been growing. More countries are reducing visa requirements. We are winning more contracts. And not only that, we are also going to consular services. So maybe governments might be doing, if you see Thailand has also done this, I think briefly for a few months after COVID, to boost the tourism. And maybe they have done it now again, and maybe it is going to come back. But, for us, it does not have any impact on our financials or numbers.
Taken. And quickly, if you can talk to me about what is the value-added services that you want to increase, because I think this year you have a target to achieve double-digit revenue growth and, of course, volumes on the higher side. And also, what about acquisitions, because you're sitting on a decent amount of cash volumes as well?
Correct. So see, as you see, the volume that we were doing in 2019, pre-COVID volume, we still are not 100% back to that level. In the first two quarters, I think we probably would be doing 80% of that volume. Certain countries, still volume have not come back fully. So as the volumes increase, revenue profitability will further increase. Our revenue per application has definitely increased. We have gotten some increases in service charges. The Spanish global contract that we won was at a higher service charge than last time. there has been certain increase in different categories of services that we are offering to the applicants. So definitely revenue per application has increased, in the industry as a whole, because of which we have seen an increase in EBITDA margins and also revenue of the company. Going forward, as we grow as a company, cash definitely is piling up. We are actually looking at acquisition. We've already declared dividends. We're looking at some of the players in our industry, and also the other business that we are doing, digital service business. We've seen a massive growth even in that business. The PAT has grown by more than 15%, 50% even in that business, compared to same quarter last year. So we're planning to we've already filed the DRHP for that company. So definitely, we expect further growth coming in that company also.
Before I let you go, word on that IPO of your subsidiary that you were planning. What's the timeline?
So BLS Services, in which we have done a revenue of around 85.6 crores in this quarters, and a PAT of 13.3 crores, has seen a massive growth of 50% compared to similar quarter last year. We've already filed the DRHP. Now depending on the approval, we plan to list the company within this year. Post the listing, this is a listing for getting money into the company, so it will be preferential share allotment. So when the money comes, that money is planned to be utilized in acquisition in that industry, and also for the new contracts that we are eyeing up for winning in different geographies of India.
Right. Okay. Great to have you on the show. Thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us today. That's the take coming in from the management of BLS International and how their quarter went by.